Hello and welcome to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. My name is Dr. Catherine Constant and I am the author of the book Lady Wisdom Speaks. I'm happy to be here with you today because I want you to know that a Proverbs 31 woman is one who speaks up for the poor and for the needy. The Proverbs 31 woman, that she wanted to make sure that things went well in her community, not just for herself and her family, but she reached out to others and was willing to actually stand up for the poor and the needy. She also prepared and made food for them and clothing, and she also spoke up for them when she felt that there was injustice happening in her community. Women empowerment, leading in government, making decisions, and even running for the highest office of this country, President of the United States of America. It says a conversation with women who lead. And just to hear the voices, the stories of these women was very inspirational. It reminded me of the Proverbs 31 woman who decided that she was going to make an impact, not just for her family, but also she was going to extend her life and her talents and gifts and her wisdom to the community. Yes, speak up for the poor and needy and see that they get justice. Proverbs 31, 8 through 9. 6 women have decided to do the same thing. Many of them have families and they have children. And when you hear their stories, how they've made it out of some really difficult situations, their life actually is leading their charge. You know, their life experiences are actually giving them the energy, the desire, the willpower to go on out there and make a difference, not just for themselves, but also for others. And I really like the fact that they're interested in children and working for our children and our families. What I found very empowering with this meeting and seeing these 6 women together, and the fact that they appeared to want to work together and that they seemed to like each other. And that to me seems like they're going to be able to accomplish a lot because they all pretty much share the same value system and they all seem to have the same concerns in building family, business, community, homelessness, education, women's issues, and the correctional facilities, making sure that justice is being served for our community. And also, I really like the fact that they were interested in business, small businesses, and empowering our community to get into the financial and economic boom that's happening here in Boston. They spoke a lot about the inequities that are presently in our community here in Roxbury and in Dorchester and Mattapan, in our communities of Roxbury, Dorchester and Mattapan, the fact that the housing market for housing is just out of control. And many of our families are being priced out of their homes. And the community is actually changing.
Depend on people looking
there was this wonderful conference, a women's conference called A Maven's World, 7th Annual Conference.
Hi, it's Anna Foster coming from the Maven's World 7th Annual Women's Conference here in Boston, Massachusetts. I am excited to start off 2019 reclaiming her story, and I hope you will do the same. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And it's a great success so far.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, and it was so spectacular. Women from all over came together, gathered together to make connections, to join with one another in inspiring each other for a fantastic year 2019 to come and beyond.
And on top of it, I know we have a great business. We do great service, great care. Like, we're great. Period. Okay, Justin? We're great.
That's how you make it over. You did. Do you like me? Cause I like me. Do you like me? See, I like me. Cause he likes me. God likes me. If you don't like me, do you like me? Cause I like me. Do you like me? See, I like me. Cause he likes me. God likes me. If you don't like me, my big nose, big lip, kind of stuff,
Welcome, everybody! I'm so glad that you all are in here. I'm so glad. Washington. I am president of Washington Media.
It was also an opportunity for us to make connections, and I met a lot of wonderful people at the conference. So I want to show you a little bit of the highlights and clips of this day that I spent, with all of my sisters. It was just fantastic. I had so much fun just interviewing them and hearing their stories. So listen to her story.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 7th Annual Women's Conference at Lombardo's in Randolph. I am Gail Lyons and I am the owner of Maxine Lorenzo Designs. We handcraft all types of designs, hobos, clutches, totes.
Anything that you want to feature?
And we also want to do custom orders as well. So welcome. Visit my website, www.maxinelorenzodesigns.etsy.com. And I'm also on Instagram. I do a lot of posting on Instagram. I love Instagram. Check me out. Thank you.
You're welcome, Maxine.
Hi, my name is Lavon Womack. I'm with That's My Handbags, and I do a variety, or sell a variety of handbags that are fashionable. We do wallets, we do Obama bags, we also have crossbodies, we also have
That is different.
hats. We have book bags, but I'm sold out. But we also have all sorts of
Ooh, look at this
handbags.
Obama bag.
that is so.
How did you create the Obama? What made you come up with the idea of creating an Obama bag?
Well, I didn't create the bags. I buy wholesale and sell retail. And I just did it because I do have a special needs son and I needed some extra income to help support him. So if you can't stop by and say hi.
Yeah, do you have an Instagram or?
I do not. I do not. But thank you. I do have a Facebook page called
Okay.
That's My Handbags, plural. And I'm Levon Womack.
Yeah, and you're based in Boston?
I live in Connecticut.
Oh, so you came all the way from
I
Connecticut?
came from Connecticut to be a part. When they had the Connecticut AMW, I was there. So that was their first one. So I'm hoping to continue to be a part of, because I think this is a strong women's conference.
Amen. Yes, that's great. Hello. I see that you have ginger beer.
Ginger beer, yes.
Yes.
And this is called Ginger Bear, like Bear Essentials.
And
And
tell me a little bit about it.
yeah, so I love ginger beer, but I don't like the sugar or the preservatives. So I started making my own with organic blue agave. And what I noticed is not only did it taste so delicious, but also it helped me with my digestive system as well as my joint pain. Yeah, I'm Monica Cost, by the way. So check out gingerbear.com.
Do you have a, so this is you, oh, this is great. My subscribers would love this.
Yes, I also wrote a book called The Things I Used to Do to Sneeze, and it's a book about living your most authentic life by identifying your core values.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Come, let me get a little closer to you. Now, she's up our alley, isn't she? All right. And so tell us, what got you started to thinking about this?
Oh my goodness. Well, what I really do for a living is help people move from point A to point B. But one of those things happens to be also in the health realm, that I think people should be healthier. But this was for me originally, but people started to like it, so I decided to share it.
Wow, wow. Yeah, because my parents are from the West Indies.
Yes.
From Montserrat.
Yes, I've been approved at least by, let's see, my friend from the Bahamas, from Haiti, and Jamaica.
Wow.
They said the ginger beer was delicious.
Yes. Yes, so I'm going to taste this. I'm going to try this out. And I want you to check out her website. What is your website?
thecorevaluecompany.com. We're launching a new site on January 26th. Please check us out. A lot of good information, free information on there.
All right. Hello, I'm here with Lisa Holmes, and she's all the way out from California to be part of this wonderful conference. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself and why did you think that this conference was important to be?
Well, you know, the 7th annual, right? So getting bigger and bigger and better every year. And so wanted to be part of that. A little bit about me is I'm an HR executive leader. I own a business called Strategic Performance of Los Angeles. So for 30 years, I've leveraged my HR expertise for many different organizations, and most often get information, people reaching out to me saying, tell me how to start my career search.
Oh my God.
How do I go about the steps that it takes to land my next job? And so I decided that, you know what, people need a practical guide, a step-by-step approach. And so I wrote a very quick read. The book is under 100 pages.
Where's the book?
I tell you, the book is available now, just on pre-sale, which just started this week. And so the book will tell you everything that you need to know about the job search process as it is today. I give you all the insider HR scoop that most people don't have access to. So if you want to know, how do I negotiate for more money?
Wow,
I
need to talk to you.
I tell you what to say and how to say it and how to ask. How to maybe, what's next for me in my career. I take you through some practical steps that I do with my executive coaching clients to lead you to the right answer. And so everything through the entire process, and then we land at the last chapter that I talk about how to remain relevant in an ever-changing economy. So these are all the things that you need to know, so no matter where you are in your career search, if you're a college student, a professional looking to make a change or transition,
here I am.
This book is for you. Job hunting, now what? Keeping it real in a modern career search.
Thank you so much, Lisa. What you have to share with us is so relevant for today, and it really ties into the theme, her story, creating our story, and going beyond past whatever it is that we were, doing, thinking and expanding our horizons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was good to meet you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes. So thank you for sharing with my audience.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Aku, and I'm the founder and the creator of Bow Lashes Babe. So Bow Lashes Babe is a lashes company that is especially dedicated from a Black Nubian. So we are here, and all the lashes are named after amazing, powerful women coming from La Negra to Lady Oprah to Lupita, Vibranium, and Michelle Obama. So we are here until 4. If you want to get glammed up, add a little bit of enhancement to your beauty, because we know all the Nubians are beauty. We just need a little bit. So they're here for you.
Right, so could you tell me who you are and why you're here and what products are you selling? Yeah, that'd be even nicer.
Okay, so my name is Jasenia, and this is my jewelry line, Javella Jewelry. And it's all jewelry inspired by travel. If you want to, like, I'll help you. Nah. So it's all inspired by travel. I designed these pieces. It's sterling silver and 18 karat gold plated brass. And this collection in particular is inspired by India. And these are some example of the photo shoots, that kind of stuff.
And so why did you decide to come and be a part of this?
So I met Anna a couple events ago, and I just thought it would be cool. This is my first vending event, so I know I have to get out there. I just produced this collection. I used to do everything by hand, so you know, I just thought it would be good for me to get out there, meet people, and have people understand my brand and what I do and why I do it.
Yes, I'm excited. So she's gonna tell her story, and it begins today.
Right.
Yay!
Hi, my name is Kendra Martin, and this is all about the culture. This is an endeavor to raise money for Alexander High School in Johannesburg, South Africa. So the proceeds will, I am a BPS teacher, and my passion is to help students. So on a recent trip, during last February vacation, I visited Alexandria, South Africa, and support the cause, all about the culture, on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. I'm a former BPS principal, so I understand that, and I love children. So that's really great. So these are your wares. Oh, I love this skirt.
Between the clothes and the artwork, this is the table over there.
Oh, wow.
That will also proceed for the school.
And tell me the name of the school again.
It's called Alexandra High School. It's in Alexandria, South Africa. There are 1,900 students in attendance. So I'm working with 3 street artists. Some paint animals, others paint images, women, children. This is a little boy. And abstract with the color.
So how could someone get in touch with you if they wanted to buy your stuff?
You can send me a message on All About the Culture on Instagram or Facebook. And
So it's all about the culture.
yes, ma'am.
All about the culture on Facebook or Instagram. Yes, so give her a holla. All right, it was great meeting you. I'm glad I stopped. Everyone, I am here with Diane Wilkerson, and she's here at the conference. And I want to know, why are you here at this conference?
Oh my God, 2019. All this talk about black girl magic, to me it's not magic, it's our destiny. And the idea of getting to spend a day just listening and talking with sisters, and, you know, it's all positive, it's about vision, it's about future. I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it.
Yes. So, what have you seen so far?
Well, it's getting ready to start, and they're on time, so they said 9 o'clock. But I would say just the vendors, you know, when, and I've already patronized my first purchase. You know, the reality is that there just is no one more talented. You know, you look at the vendors and some of the clothing and just the Afrocentric environment. It just feels wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you so much for stopping
My
by.
pleasure.
And looking
Happy
forward
New
to
Year.
great things from you. You have been such an inspiration to the community, and may you continue to be blessed.
I feed on their energy.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Happy New
I met my sister. We took a class today, and we're here at Maven's World Conference, and I just want to connect with women, beautiful women. Look at her. Oh,
What? Her name is Pauline, and she's on a radio program. What's your radio program?
I love my city, 98.1 FM and 1410 AM.
All right, bye. Just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shelly Mendez, CEO and President of Salon Monet, and we're here today at a Maven's World to empower women, and we need you here, and if not, I'll be there to talk to you ladies.
Yes, and so what makes this meeting so important and powerful? You were sharing your life experiences.
Yeah,
and
I didn't have anything like this when I was growing up, and I'm so glad today we have something like this, a conference to just empower women. We need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. I know there are lines of people to see you, so have a great day. Thank you. Could you just introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Pam Berman. I'm the Vice President of the Massachusetts Women's Political Caucus.
Yes, and you were one of the key speakers here too.
Yes.
And could you share a little bit, just really quick, why do you think this conference is so important?
This conference is really important about reclaiming women's place. We've made great strides since the 2016 presidential election, but the person who's in the highest office has really been infringing upon women's rights, and it's important that we continue those strides and that women run for office and that we increase those numbers and that we continue to protect women's rights and that we both register to vote, we vote, and that we continue to be vigilant about women's rights.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, because it is important. That's where the power is, in the policy making.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we want to be in there in the boardroom making policy decisions.
That's correct.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Much success.
Line, Alote Papo, and I am the designer behind the brand Queen Line. Queen Line is a sustainable fashion brand. Our focus is on sustainability as a design house. So we basically do just classic silhouettes in fun prints, well, African prints. Hopefully you would find a piece that looks really good on you and wear the hell out of it. Because fashion is the number 2 pollutant of our environment, and this is a form of activism for me. So I want to make clothing that are really well made, so that when you find one that works for you, you would have it for a long time in your closet. So just
this is really beautiful. There was a young lady here. She happened to shift, but the way that the clothes fit her, it was so unique. It looked so much her, and just so pretty. I know I'm saying so a lot because I'm really excited about it. But you can see some of the dresses here. How long have you been sewing, Coco?
So I have been sewing on and off as a teenager, but I really took this as a career probably 4 years ago, and I went to school at Marshall School of Design for this because I wanted to take it beyond just a passion to business. So we are still a going brand, but it's been great, and I'm passionate about bringing a solution to the problem that fashion brings as waste. So this is a form of activism for me.
Yeah, that is really good. So you can have a business making money, but also it can be purposeful.
It is.
Yes.
I think that is what drives you. It's not just about making money, but if you want to go further, you should have a passion. There should be a purpose to the business, and that would ensure longevity.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
This is just really wonderful. Let me pan a little bit back. What the colors are so spectacular. You can go ahead and talk. Really beautiful things. I'm enjoying this.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Rhythm with the Boston Rhythm Riders. We promote health and wellness and movement through line dance. Come on and join us. We're at the Mildred Community Center every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8.
Wow. So you're local. You're Boston.
Local.
Boston based.
Yes.
And why are you here at Her Story?
We're here to just advertise and let people know that we're here. We do free line dancing to the community every summer at Franklin Park from June to September. No excuses. Come on out and move with us.
Yeah. Why is it important to move?
Keep the blood pressure down, stay healthy, keep a smile on your face. Why not?
Right.
It's all about moving.
It's all about moving.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And actually, here's the brochure that came with the conference, and you can see mine's a little bit tattered and beat up because I had so much fun just taking notes and carrying it with me to and fro, and it just turned out really, really well. It was just a great conference and a time of sharing and inspiring one another.
Thank you guys for being out here today.
Thank you.
Colette thought it would be a great idea that we did more of a girlfriend talk. You know, which is always nice versus hearing long bios and a straight keynote. What do you guys think? And I've been admiring Colette for, I would say, over a decade, at least 15 years since I laid eyes on her and met her. She's always been an inspiration in my life, so it's a pleasure to sit here with her today. So I'm going to jump right into the questions because I know you guys have a 10 a.m. workshop that's starting and I don't want to hold you. So Colette, welcome to A Maiden's World. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The first time in 7 years that I'm in Boston. You know, I've been trying to get here.
To the warm weather.
Usually I'm in the Caribbean.
So we're very, very lucky. We're very, very lucky to have you. Thank you for being here with us today. So I'm sure a lot of you in the room are familiar with Get Connected. Raise your hands if that's a yes. Yes, and for those that didn't, you have to get familiar with Get Connected. It's an amazing organization and event that Colette Phillips created. How many years ago?
10 years.
10 years ago. So that's an event that you want to write down and make sure that you attend. Get Connected over the year. So Colette.
Yes.
I want to know just a little bit about your professional development and career track. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So when or what was the turning point that helped put you out on the right track to achieve the success that you've had so far?
What was the turning point?
The turning point.
There's nothing like being the victim of somebody else's decision. I, over 30 years ago, when I was 10 years ago.
To be the best that we can be, to follow our purpose. So hats off to Anna Foster, who is the CEO of this wonderful brand.
Hi, it's Anna Foster coming from the A Maiden's World 7th Annual Women's Conference here in Boston, Massachusetts. I am excited to start off 2019 reclaiming her story, and I hope you will do the same. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I just want to thank her for this opportunity to be a part, because you know what? I went there to volunteer, but I had such a great time just seeing everything that I had to capture this and share it with you.
Share
Great things. Great things.
Great things for you.
Yes. And introduce yourself. You are.
My name is Reverend Kim Stubbs. And we're walking in the anointing today over at Anna Maiden's World Conference. If you're not here, you need to get here and receive the blessing that God has for 2019.
Yes.
9 means miracles.
Yes.
So we're walking in it. Great things, my sister.
Great things.
Those before us have kept a song in their heart. In the midst of great brutality, even then, we didn't allow them to steal our joy.
These women are women of color. They are not shy, nor are they afraid of speaking up for the poor and the needy. And they are interested in education, business. They're interested in transportation. They mentioned the correctional system, improving that. And also just the better health, improving the health of our city, and making sure that all of the citizens of Boston can participate in the prosperity of our city. And a big piece, at least one of my concerns, is homelessness and the need to address families, lack of housing, and children. Of course, education is huge for me as well. So I was glad to hear them speak on all of those topics, because the Proverbs 31 woman is one who is concerned about her community, okay? And these women are definitely putting some action to their words. They are actually doing something about making changes for everyone. Because as we know, it's the policy makers that determine our living. They're the ones who are going to decide how things go for us, how things are going to progress in our city, and who's going to benefit.
Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. This is your hour of opportunity. Opportunity is like a seed. You have to plant it for it to grow. A wise youth makes hay while the sun shines. But what a shame to see a lad who sleeps away his hour of opportunity. There is a time limit on when you can plant the seed. Time waits for no one. This is your hour of opportunity. Proverbs 10:5.
At the meeting, I was very pleased on hearing how and what were on their hearts. Their stories came alive. Each one of the women, they expressed how they became involved in politics and why they decided to run. And their stories, each one of them had a unique story to tell. And they spoke about their concerns with such passion and such grace, and definitely with wisdom. I know that these are wise women. These are wise women, and they're definitely daughters of Lady Wisdom. And definitely they have the spirit of the Proverbs 31 woman. Their words were words that were full of compassion and consideration for others, the poor and the needy. We as a community need to support the work of these women.
They're talking about pressure, plenty pressure.
In my book, Lady Wisdom Speaks, number 90, it says, speak up, speak up. And this verse is found in that same passage of Proverbs 31, and it's 31:9 TLB. Yes, speak up for the poor and needy and see that they get justice. I'm going to repeat that again. Yes, speak up for the poor and needy and see that they get justice. Lady Wisdom asks, why are you not looking out for the most vulnerable? Our world is filled with children who are poor and needy. Here in our city, we can find children who are homeless, poor, and destitute. Where is the heart of compassion for the children? Taking care of the poor and underprivileged is doing God's work. He asks us, and he will ask us on Judgment Day, if we have given him water to drink, food to eat, and clothes to wear, and if we have visited him. And that's found in Matthew 24:42. Hopefully our answer will be yes, I have helped the poor and most vulnerable in my community. And these women have decided that they're going to step up and speak up for the most vulnerable in our community here in the Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan area, and also throughout the whole city, because the whole city, there are people who are poor and needy. There are the homeless, the destitute. There are those that are most vulnerable. The children of Boston deserve to grow up in a city that supports them and supports the work of improving their lives. Yes, I think so. And I'm so grateful to these women for taking on the challenge. Now, it's our responsibility as residents of the city of Boston to support their work, to go on out and stand up with them, that they're not standing alone, and that our voices are heard through them. But that we also are letting our mayor know, and those officials, people that can make a difference, the policymakers, letting them know that they need to take care of the poor and the needy. They need to make sure that children have a future, and a good future, that they'll be able to receive a sound and good education, and that the elderly will be taken care of. We need to make sure that our communities, all of our communities, will thrive here in Boston, not just for the few, but for all. And we will all benefit from this. This is not just for the rich, but everyone will benefit from the prosperity of the city of Boston. We want Boston to shine, and the only way we can do that is to help the most vulnerable. When we hold up the least fortunate and the most vulnerable, when we make sure that they rise, then everyone is elevated, everyone benefits from that. The whole city will thrive and be prosperous. And it is God's work. And I know that we have to pray for them, that they will be strong in the positions that God has given them, and that they will listen to the voice of God, and that wisdom, Lady Wisdom herself, will speak in their ears. Hallelujah. And let them know what is right and what is wrong, what to do and what not to do. Because we really want our city council to be a wise council, full of knowledge, and that they're discerning, and they're reading the times and setting Boston on a great course for great success with our mayor, Mayor Walsh.
Those before us have kept a song in their heart. In the midst of great brutality, even then, we didn't allow them to steal our joy.
Hello and welcome to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. My name is Dr. Catherine Constant. On October 6, 2019, Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church celebrated its 80th church anniversary. The theme of the week-long revival and banquet was 80 Years of Rocks, Matthew 16:18. The honored guest speaker was Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, who represents the district where the church is located in Boston. The community came together to celebrate the 80 years that the church has actively served the local community with spiritual and moral conviction.
Just like Pleasant Hill, where I can come and praise and worship and kick my shoes off if I need to, sweat my edges out if I have to. But I thank you. I thank you for your spiritual stewardship. I want to thank the incredible Anniversary Gala Committee who labored in love to make tonight possible. And I will get to my thank yous to the spiritual leader of this faith house, my dear friend, our brother, Reverend Culpepper, in just a moment. Now, as many of you know, my introduction to public life and service was not as a Hill staffer or a political operative. It began in the sanctuary, my leadership development of my grandfather's storefront church on the south side of Chicago, rain or shine, Missionary Baptist Church. It was there that I learned to stand up straight, to square my shoulders, how to read and to recite and to deliver scripture and verse with conviction. Even when my voice was shaking and unsure, I remember when I forgot my Easter verse, and it was the shortest verse in the Bible. Jesus wept. My Vaseline knees were shaking. I was so nervous, and the usher board in the back of the church called out, "Take your time, baby. Make it plain." Bless her, Lord. And even today, the church is still doing that for me in moments of trepidation and uncertainty. My mother, Sandra Presley, the woman who gave me my roots and my wings, gave me many gifts, may she rest in power. But the gift of my faith and my relationship with the Lord has been the most enduring. It is because of that rearing in the church that I know who I am and whose I am. Indeed, what a mighty God we serve. One without term limits, who doesn't need the census to see us. My faith grounds me. It is my rock. And I know that is true for so many of you in the room tonight. In times of struggle and adversity, we have grounded ourselves in a tradition of praise, of worship, and reverence for the great I am. We remind ourselves that our inherent worth is dictated not by any man-made system of oppression, but by a higher power. In Pleasant Hill, you know a little something about that. Throughout the last 80 years, when Jim Crow came, when busing came, when gentrification came, when the bullets came, you were a refuge, steadfast in community. Indeed, this is the place where we lay down our burdens at the altar, where we are spiritually fortified. But Black Church in Pleasant Hill is also where movements are started, and often in the basement, where the roots of social justice take hold. Pleasant Hill has offered 80 years of spiritual balm, of faith teachings, of community building. This faith house has been a cornerstone of community. As the song says, they'll know we are Christians by our love. Now, although we're in Dedham this evening, I have to bring Roxbury into this room and remind everyone that although they will know we are Christians by our love, they know you are a faith house rooted in Roxbury by your walk. Each of you walk into the world with the knowledge that this is a special place. Amen. A historic bedrock of community, rooted in the rich soil of Roxbury, a place of Black brilliance, a hotbed of activism, a cradle of genius. Why isn't there a highway cutting into half the heart of Roxbury? Because Black folks organized. They prayed too, but as the African proverb reminds us, when you pray, move your feet. And for 80 years, Pleasant Hill has been praying and moving your feet. Tonight, we honor the community Pleasant Hill has built and the great women and men that have forged that way. Through the grace of God, the leadership and spiritual stewardship of Reverend Minyard Culpepper, this church community has persevered. We stand, you stand on the shoulders of generations of sacrifice, leadership, and faith. Pastor Culpepper embodies the highest representation of visionary, activist, servant leadership. He is a great man of God, but perhaps he had no other choice and was destined to be as such because it is quite literally baked into his DNA. He stands on the shoulders of Dr. Samuel Bullock, a man who steered this community through generations of struggles and joy. Joy. We find ourselves in unprecedented times, yes, but we draw on the strength of those who came before us and those in this room. When our ancestors were stolen from their native home, shackled in the bellies of ships, oppressed in the fields, they still sang. Even in the midst of dehumanization, degradation, gross indignities, we never let go of that song. Those before us have kept a song in their heart. In the midst of great brutality, even then, we didn't allow them to steal our joy. It feels like every day this administration in Washington is coming for our civil rights, our civil liberties, turning back the clock on the progress we have made. The corruption runs deep, and their responsibility to their fellow man runs thin. With policies that separate families, condone police brutality, the systemic devaluing of lives, cruel policies that echo the days of the auction block, lynching, and injustices abound. Together we navigate the legislated hate that marginalizes oppressed folks and erodes victories hard won. But in these times, I remind myself, and Pastor Culpepper reminds us all, the world didn't give it, so the world can't take it away. In times of struggle, we will not let the world steal our joy. Because it comes from God, it is not anyone else's to lay claim to.
Comment down below. How are you bringing joy to those who are poor and needy in your community? Lady Wisdom says that you are wonderful, that you are beautiful, and that you're God's gift to the world. So go on out there and share and bring justice. Speak up for the less fortunate. I'm excited about the times, and I'm excited about the work that they're doing. And I know that we're going to have great success here in Boston. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know. What do you think? What do you think is possible for Boston? What do you think is possible not just for Boston, but across the world? How can women stand up? And what can you and I do to bring about great change in our city and in our community? God has empowered us. We have a voice. We need to use it. Well, Lady Wisdom says that you are wonderful, you're beautiful, you're God's gift to the world. So go on out there and shine and let the world know that Jesus Christ is Lord. And see you next time on Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. Bye. Thank you for your support. I really, truly appreciate it. And if you want more information, visit my website, ladywisdomspeaksacademy.weebly.com. Yes, my name is Dr. Catherine Constant, and I am the author of the book, Lady Wisdom Speaks. To learn more about me, visit my website, ladywisdomspeaksacademy.weebly.com. Yes, I love you. Be blessed. Follow Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy on Facebook and subscribe to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy on YouTube. And be blessed.